Welcome to Jam Sessions Backstage at Nova Scotia Music Week 2021. We're here now with Kush. And I am Andrew from the Second Button Podcast and Andrew's Alco. With me is a co-host of Jam Sessions,
Darcy Walsh. Hello, hello.
So Kush is an indigenous hip-hop group from Eskasoni First Nation in Cape Breton. With unique style and rapid delivery, the group has been moving crowds from bars and festivals. The group is in the process of recording a follow-up to the 2018 release of Smoke Signals titled Kids. The group is open for many acts such as Classified, Choclair, Brother Ali, Murs, Naughty by Nature, and Merkules.
So, the listeners of the Jam Sessions podcast may be familiar with this act because Devon had actually been on a previous full episode during our regular seasons. And today at Music Week, we actually have Devon again. Tommy has joined us today as well, and Tevin. So we've got the three boys sitting here in the room, and I'm going to let them kind of take it away so they can give an update on what they've been up to lately, their latest single, performance upcoming, and take it away, guys.
Yeah, so once again, man, thanks for having us, guys. It's awesome, man. Yeah, for real. So, like, as of lately, man, we just been, like, working on, since COVID happened, we stopped, doing shows and whatnot, so we just kind of, like, grind it together, we started upgrading the studio, man, putting more work in towards our craft and all that, and, like, just working on different types of music, taking different ventures, like, touching up on diversity with our music, you know what I mean? And then now we have multiple albums in the process, like Joker, Tommy got his solo album in the works. Yeah. We have our new album in the works for the group, Kids. And we got Tevin's EP going, and we got my album, my second album going now, and it's just a bunch of work we're putting in right now, man.
And it's all under the Track House.
Yeah, all under our label, Track House.
Too, right? And everything.
Yeah.
Like even this weekend, I had workshops going. It was awesome. We had like people like Jordan Metro, Maji, people out there. We were working with Yak, Youth Art Connection, and then we did workshops just to help the youth and everything. Right?
Yeah.
Get everything going. We had stuff like that and everything.
So it's been pretty rewarding experience so far. There's a lot. I actually thought I would sit in on some of them myself because I had the pass, but I had so many recordings I just haven't had any time. But it's phenomenal for the opportunity for everyone. If you guys, you didn't perform yet, you're performing tonight, you said?
Yeah, we're performing tonight at 12 o'clock.
Okay, so the people hearing this are not going to hear it before, which is unfortunate, but hopefully some of them have seen you because they're familiar with you guys from the podcast or that they're in the area anyway. For people that are listening to this after the fact, do you have any big shows planned in December, January, anytime in the near future?
No, nothing as of right now, but I mean, we're filling out applications for like festivals and whatnot.
Yeah.
We're trying to, like, in 2012 and 22, we're hoping like to really like cross the border and get out to new places. Like we want to check out some festivals out in the UK, out in Germany, out in the United States. Like we're keeping our eyes open to like anything possible that can happen. And like I said, right now it's just a whole work in process.
You're
right?
making contacts and get your name out there and doing your solo stuff to kind of push the group effort as well. And I did hear your new single. Like I said, we can tag it on the end of this episode so listeners can hear it and give you a little shout out there too.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you can give the fans as a little teaser for something they should keep an eye out for? I guess you're saying you all have solo stuff coming out under Track House.
Me and Tommy were planning on doing a music video to We Get High lately.
Yeah. Cool.
So that should be coming up as like really soon actually.
Yeah. Awesome.
So that'll be really awesome with that. So they can find us at Track House on YouTube or anything like that. You look up Track House on YouTube, anything.
Yeah, Track House or Illinois Music.
And we'll try to put some in the show notes too. We'll put some links. I think we did something similar for Devon. So
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That's awesome.
We just been busy all this past couple of days.
Yeah. I was. We were just talking when you guys were out of the room there for a minute. I was saying that like it's such a wonderful thing to be walking around with one of these passes to get in and out of all this stuff.
Your guys is gonna look cooler than ours.
Yeah, it's so
like staff one's so cool.
It's so overwhelming. We're on day 3 of hanging around Truro, and it just feels like we all need afternoon naps now just to get through the rest of the day. Yeah.
And speaking of walk around Turo, man, like yesterday, like shout out to DJ Moves, man, Brian Higgins, like guy asked us come on through, you know, like let's listen to some beats, let's make you guys a beat or whatever, man. So we got there and then, you know, started showing us some beats and all of a sudden it became a 5-hour recording session, man.
Wow.
We put some work in, you know what I mean?
We
like,
finished the song.
Yeah. And that's gonna be on the new Kids album as well.
That's awesome.
And you know how DJ Moves has that awesome old school style with the beats, man. You know what I mean? Like makes you feel like you're in the friggin' studio with RZA or something, man. You know what I mean? Like, you just get that Wu-Tang feel. And then so like he played us this one beat, man. It was a little grimy and whatnot, man. But like as soon as we all heard it, we're like, that's the one. That's the one right there, man. So we all got to work, man. We all started writing and whatnot. We jumped in the stew, man, and we just recorded our verses, laid it down, man, and you know,
so it's worked out well for your
collaboration
really
well.
too.
And, you know, like
unnamed song so far, so look out for it.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye out for sure.
And even with that, like working with Moves is you know, like that's a major accolade. You know what I mean? Like he's done so much. Like he's created hits. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what's nice to see too is all the people here that have already had a level of success above that the new players had. They're still here helping out the new players. They're not saying like, oh, there's competition. They're saying like, hey, I made it here. I can show you how to get to my level, and then we can all help each other.
Exactly, man. All lending hands. That's all it needs,
great.
man.
Yeah, Nova Scotia music, my favorite time of the year.
So many people always come around. You get to meet new people and whatnot, man. You get to like network with a bunch of different artists from different genres of music. You know what I mean? Like anything can happen, especially with music. You know what I mean? Like who knows what we can.
Even though someone can't help you, they just want to hang out with you. Too,
right?
Awesome.
Absolutely.
I love that energy, right?
That's
all you need, and that's why it's always good to connect.
It's very open. This has been a theme with every interview we did. It's a very open community here, very diverse group. And nobody thinks they're too cool. Everyone's helping each other out.
New metal, and I know you guys are rappers, but we still all It's awesome. I love it.
Yeah, no, it's been a great experience. We've been doing these ones a little shorter than what we did with Devon back in the full episode.
Okay. Yeah, I think that was like an hour or something like that.
Yeah, so you guys, we have time before our next one. If there's anything that you want to share with the fans or
talk about our album.
Yeah, baby, we could just talk
features.
So like the whole premise of the album, like the idea, like, you know, kids, you know, kind individuals that survived. You know what I mean? And so like we took a lot of inspiration off of what was that?
The kids movie.
Yeah, the kids movie. I don't know if you guys watched that.
And then Kush too likes to put words in, right? Like Kush is kids on the special hers. To put something like, you know, get a little interest in it.
We're going for like a 90s feel type album with this one.
Yeah, we got some good features on the album. Like we got Bizarre from D12. We got
cool.
DJ IV.
Yeah, DJ IV's on with them. Now we got Brian Higgins, DJ Moves. We're still looking into some other features and whatnot, man. But I mean, like
we're gonna craft that album.
Like we have songs in the works, but we're kind of like just nitpicking now. You know what I mean? Like I want that one, that one. This one's probably just released as a single or something like that. So. Like the whole process of like making that album, like we want to put a lot of effort into it because we want people like our age group and whatnot, man, to like get a feel of how it was growing up in the '90s and whatnot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like even our single songs, we're all featured in all our single songs for our shit, right? Our album and everything. So that's like I like to do it because we're like all really connected with Kush.
Yeah, you're like a little collective.
We're always with each other pretty much.
For this album, you're looking for something to be like a front to back full experience, not just singles all on one album.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Like the last album we did, like we just had a bunch of music like stayed up in the vault, man, and we're like, you know what, let's finish all this, man, put it together and make an album. And by the time it was like 22 songs or something like that, man, it was a pretty big album. People don't do that these days, you know?
No. That's also a recurring theme with all this conversation. I think you're falling into a similar thing as everyone that we've had in here is that you had a little vibe going, you're starting to get a little bit of a name, kind of doing your thing, and then COVID happened, and nobody could do anything, and then you're like, oh crap! But at some point, you're like, well, this is going to be around for a while, and you say, I'm going to put some effort into my art,
exactly,
and then coming out of it where things are reopened, you're like, you know what? I'm better at what I do than I was when this started.
Yeah,
and so now that things reopen, I'm going to prove myself. I'm going to show people how good I am. I'm going to go out there and make a name for myself because who knows, in 2 years there might be a new thing that happens that locks me up and I'm going to die in that home.
Yeah, right.
So this time's my second chance. I'm going out there and I'm doing it right and I'm putting the effort in and I'm going to be
It
known.
helps that COVID's around too, because when people find interest, they're kind of invested in you.
People have more time to actually say, you know what, I like that song. I'm going to listen to their album and see if I want to keep listening
The whole
to
thing,
it.
you're not doing nothing, right?
Right. Right, obviously. Yeah, and that's kind of how I got into podcasting. Like, I never would have thought I'd have that much time to sit around talking to people I never met before, but I have plenty of time to do that. Here I am, a music major. Was this interview 10?
Wow, you guys been staying busy, man. That's good.
Been
That's
since
good.
yesterday morning.
Oh wow, word. Wow. Damn.
I dress nice just to be on mic.
Yeah, exactly.
I love it.
Yeah.
We're not going to make it on TV with these faces, right?
You never know when I go up to bother somebody in the hallway that maybe is a pseudo celebrity, and I'm like passing them a jam sessions card, and I end up in a photograph or something.
It could be anything.
You gotta keep it tight.
That person knows someone, they pass it on.
Yeah.
They'll be like, hey, I met this guy, Jam Sessions podcast.
Yeah.
That's the whole part of networking, right? You never know who you can meet and who they know. You know?
That's the thing. I love Nova Scotia Music Week for that.
Yeah.
Like, it's awesome to make anyone, because, like, you know everybody's someone when you come here, right?
Yeah.
So, like, it doesn't matter who you talk to.
Yeah,
It's
you
like,
could
like,
have that approach and just walking up to a stranger saying, "This is who I am. What's your name?"
And like, even me, I'll go
somebody
outside, smoke a cigarette, and there's always someone out there smoking cigarette. I'm like, yo, when you headlining, or like when you performing, like, oh, Saturday, you can talk with people. And you get everything out of it, and it's so beneficial. It's like awesome. I love it.
No, it's wonderful.
I love it.
Everyone's having the same positive experience. I have not yet, like, not even just here recording, but I've not even yet run into anyone in the hallway or anything that's having a bad time this weekend. Like, everyone's having a blast.
Yeah.
Don't jinx it, but
Well, I'm jinxing because I just have the one interview after you guys. Now I'm done. So.
I'm gravy after this.
I'll save it until after you've performed, and then I'll start telling people what I think. Did you have any additional questions for these guys? We definitely want the listeners to stay listening so we can tag your new single on there, especially those that are familiar with you from when Devon was on.
Everything's probably covered in the main episodes before. So.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, is that usually where we dive into where you came from and everything, where Andrew and I have been experimenting a little bit with
I do a lot of
format.
workshops. I wouldn't mind talking about that. Like,
if you want
music writing and industry workshops, I do a lot of those.
Absolutely.
Like, I did one on Thursday, right? And I gave away $1,500 home studio for a bunch of new artists and stuff.
Sweet.
I had Jordan Metro. He works at one of the studios in Halifax and stuff like that. So I had like really awesome artists that came in and showed these youth how to work with it.
Awesome.
And it was really awesome at the end of it too, because we gave away a home studio to everybody, and then like these kids were so into it, and it was at a judge-free type thing, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't care if anyone cussed or anything. I wasn't telling them like we got to do it this way because it's a workshop. I wanted to be in their comfort space, too, right?
Just be yourself thing.
Yeah. And then I did it from ages like 15 to 30. So there was no really young ones. There was maybe one that was like a underager, but like everyone else too, right? I don't want to tell grown as that you can't cuss, right?
Yeah.
And like I want everyone to be comfortable. When we had everyone come in, we were working with I was working with Yak and like Rising Group Youth grants and like Shubenacadie First Nation and everything.
Cool.
And I got funding all year to do it at every reserve once a month.
That's awesome.
So all reserves all across Nova Scotia, I got a workshop at every single reserve just to get it. And we're gonna give away a home studio for everybody.
Oh, fantastic.
Wow.
Every one of them, $1,500 worth everything.
Awesome.
Everything you need. You got speakers, headphones, all that. So I really like that, how that's really going.
Yeah, I was completely unaware that's happening. That's awesome. Yeah, that's really good. So has there been good turnout in these workshops?
Oh, it is good. I tried things in the past, right? because I did go to like remix project and that. I'm trying to like pass on the knowledge type thing, like to you, right? Like I get opportunities like this in Nova Scotia Music Week.
Why not help out the people that are where you were?
Soak everything in, right? Just pass it right on. Yeah. And then that's what I've been doing lately. And then I got all my funding for it because I got $50K to go on every reserve. So it's like, why go with dispense, right? Like why be cheap with it? I'm trying to make sure. That's why I did the studio thing, right? So people would be interested to come. Like even though you only do a little bit, like okay, like sorry, right? It's not hard to learn, right? And then that's what they come for. And then it helps that the studio's there, right? Like you get a free studio, so we get so many youth that comes in, and like so far everyone that won the draws for the studio were people that were there and they loved it. These youth that don't have anything, but they're like, okay, I like rapping, trying to be a SoundCloud rapper type thing or whatever. Yeah. They put all their stuff on SoundCloud, and then they come to these workshops, they learn these things, they learn how to make beats, and then they make.
It's giving them the tools to bring it to the right level.
Really boost, right? And then I don't leave them right after I do the workshop. I hang out with them. I tell them if you need any help or anything, you message me, and they do message me. They'll be like, yeah, I got this. I can't figure this out. I'm like, yeah, I'll help you write a song or whatever. And then it's always awesome with that. I really like how the workshops are awesome going.
That's awesome to hear. Like I said, I never get to go to it.
Awesome.
So is that something that you would be working with throughout the year then?
All year I've been doing it on every reserve in Nova Scotia. So awesome. But we're not open on we're doing it on every reserve, but I'm not trying to do more things because there's a couple non-colored people that showed up, white people or whatever. Yeah. They showed up too. I wasn't turning nobody away at all, right? So it was like people show up even though we're on reserve. These other people show up. Just because it's the workshop, right? Yeah. Awesome. And it really helps. It was beautiful.
That's sweet. Like I said, I never got to really dive into any of that because of our own personal schedule, but I'm glad to hear that all the workshop stuff is actually as diverse as the acts that are playing out there too, and there's a lot of support for everyone. So that's awesome.
Yeah. So where can we find you guys online? Instagram or...
Well, our Instagram is
you can find us at @Kush_Trackhouse.
Okay.
Yeah, on Instagram and
our YouTube, just go Track House, our Illnu Music.
Illnu Music.
Yeah. We all got our own separate accounts too. Like my Instagram is Devon Paul Music, MUZIK.
T3 Killer with an H at the end.
Okay. And I'm Illnu Joker, ILLNU Joker.
That might be the best one, guys.
Yeah, he wins. You didn't even know it was a contest.
Devin's just his name.
Yeah.
All right, so thanks for listening to Jam Sessions. We're here at the Nova Scotia Music Week all weekend. We have one more episode after this one, and stay tuned for that.
Thank you.
Bye for now.
Shorty wanna ride for a bit. Do your folks daddy coming true? Anything you want, girl, I do what you want me to do. My baby, sweet lady, I'm crazy cause I want nobody but you. She's fly, get high. I'm blind cause I see nobody but you. She's ISIS, so wifey, this the truth. See a feature up ahead, it involves me and you.
You girl, got me infatuated. Ever since I was sneaking you in my mama's basement. Puppy love, father was the funny stuff. Both knew at it, just trying to keep up. Take you on a trip, baby, we can go to Cancun. Party hard to fall asleep, looking at the moon. All the right things, you know how we do. Early flights don't matter, cause we party like we Molly Crew.
Beautiful eyes with some bad tattoos. Got me out here acting like a fool. Yo, she be kinda psycho, but that be on my type, bro. She love me, then she hate me every day, it's a cycle. She give me what she want, but she knows too much. Knows I'm a dog, but she craves my love. Feel that vibe, baby, like that blunt. Raising hell all night till the daylight comes.
Hop into my Chevy, we can take it anywhere. Make a share champagne showers with your legs in the air. We can do it how you like it, then the tongue on the hair. And if you really wanna bring it, she can bring another pair. Top down with the legs up, every night we turn it up. Switch plays like we on games, ain't none of us even had enough. By the time the morning come to show, y'all done enough. Bounce up out of here and then we leave the fucking parking lot.
I get a lot of cheddar. If they ask me Jimmo, then I tell them I'm Ojeda. My bitter way is better. Kispin in a never. Fix it game not every day, so every day come get some. Get you doing that? I get a lot of cheddar. If they ask me Jimmo, then I tell them I'm Ojeda. My bitter way is better. Kispin in a never. Fix it game not every day, so every day come get some. Every day come get some. Ain't no bunk today, so now I run a bunk of me so I can go get drunk today. Quit the advice, change my life. Get out my fucking face. 100 things that keep me tilting the bottle up is not okay, but I'm okay, and I'm alright, and things are swell, but when I slightly blink it's hell, and when I open my eyes, things are still the way they were before you can't even tell, we just helps. Curse few different strains for different pains, I'm out of my little brain, it's so strange I forget some days, I just wanna go click a bane, it might have been just my rage, can't seem to put a pin on it, though I feel swimmingly, bringing the women in, I'm still on my own, little bitch, so yeah, the little chick, I'm much my jigs it, I see it, come on, la bitch, you bust it, don't forget it, she simply loves it, so until I kick the bucket, I'ma just live obnoxious, but I bet you didn't want this. Get you doing it up, get your tunes sped up just to get the loot cheddar. You know who's better. Get you doing it up, I get a lot of cheddar. If they ask me Jimmo, then I tell them I'm Ojeda. My bitter way is better. Kispin in a never. Fix it game not every day, so every day come get some. Get you doing it up, I get a lot of cheddar. If they ask me Jimmo, then I tell them I'm Ojeda. My bitter way is better. Kispin in a never. Fix it game not every day, so every day come get some.
Nida bägge sickan am sätter lugg det jag. Wabbarna begeg, sigo get them out the way. Bibane meji gashkin in the go we got again. Lashkin in the go the down, gesi bit come out the meno. Guy there be ya, sigo nidap gayano. When so hard to make it up to go west guiano. Get the water widget, bägge sila det a budai. I had to be this, then nidap kejiduna. Then I ain't care, looking them what the skid up. Did you bobby G, you can know what this need up. Dolly did the me dick, was so hard to me dish. Get them out of me dish, get to hard to me dish. Need up more than Dano, guy Milidano. I'll be this motherfucker where got a bono. This dollar weight, murder than that big anado. I'll bigger this, say the jiggle into my wall.
Get you doing that? I get a lot of cheddar. If they ask me Jimmo, then I tell them I'm Ojeda. My bitter way is better. Kispin in a never. Fix it game not every day, so every day come get some. Get you doing that? I get a lot of cheddar. If they ask me Jimmo, then I tell them I'm Ojeda. My bitter way is better. Kispin in a never. Fix it game not every day, so every day come get some. Get you doing that? I get a lot of cheddar. If they ask me Jimmo, then I tell them I'm Ojeda. My bitter way is better. Kispin in a never. Fix it game not every day, so every day come get some. Get you doing that? I get a lot of cheddar. If they ask me Jimmo, then I tell them I'm Ojeda. My bitter way is better. Kispin in a never. Fix it game not every day, so every day come get some.